Throughout the ages, we've seen epic rivalries take shape, from Coke versus Pepsi, Tom versus Jerry, Katie versus Regina?
No, it's not really required of you to make a speech.
Okay, we're getting off track here. On this recess, another epic rivalry is born between the world's biggest cruise lines. Who will reign supreme? Will it be Carnival, the world's largest cruise line, or Royal Caribbean, with its iconic record-breaking ships?
What's the best cruise line, you ask? Carnival or Royal? Let's find out.
If you want to stay up to date with everything in cruising, it's recess time.
Hey cruisers, today we're comparing the two biggest cruise lines in the world, Carnival and Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. Whether you're a seasoned cruiser or planning your first voyage, we'll deep dive into what each cruise line offers and what they do best. From ship layout and design, food and drinks, production shows, onboard activities, and of course parties and nightlife, we've got it all covered here. So let's start by learning a bit about the history of these two giants. Carnival was founded in 1972, focused on affordable, fun cruising for the masses. Dubbing its ships Fun Ships, it was the first to install water slides on its ships to create a more fun and family-friendly atmosphere.
Royal Caribbean, founded in 1968, pioneered new ship designs with glass-walled elevators and atriums, as well as making cruising more family-friendly and adventurous through a focus on its ship designs and onboard activities. These lines collectively shaped the modern cruise industry by making cruising accessible and state-of-the-art. Carnival wanted to branch out and make cruises more fun and affordable for the general public, while Royal Caribbean aimed to create a blend of innovation, adventure, and luxury at sea, making each line distinct in its approach to cruising. Next up is the layout of these megaships. Royal Caribbean breaks its ships up into what it calls neighborhoods, from areas like the Royal Promenade to the world-famous boardwalk to the relaxing and serene Central Park. Royal Caribbean ships are engineering marvels. Known for their trend-setting designs, they introduced unique spaces called neighborhoods like Central Park, a park literally in the middle of the ocean, and the Royal Promenade on its latest ships, the Oasis class and Icon class. The layouts are often more complex, with distinct zones for activities that help traffic flow and disperse guests more evenly around the ship, so it never really seems crowded. Each neighborhood here on Royal Caribbean has its own distinct character, and all of the things inside of that neighborhood fit into the theme. For instance, out here on the boardwalk, it really feels like you're on a boardwalk. They even have a merry-go-round, a carousel that you can ride. They have a sports bar, playmakers, and they have a Johnny Rockets. They have an old school diner where you can grab burgers and dogs. What's more boardwalk than that? They also have the dog house where you can just get hot dogs on the go. So everything here on the boardwalk fits into the theme of a boardwalk, for instance. Here in Central Park, not only do they have high-end shopping options, they also have high-end specialty dining options like Azumi Sushi and Hibachi and 150 Central Park. Central Park is full of real live plants that make you feel like you're not at sea at all, and they even pipe in nature sounds to take you away to the middle of the big city. It's a little more mellow, like you're walking through a park, and Royal Caribbean really has killed it with the theme neighborhoods concept on all of their ships. They also push the envelope with amenities like zip lines, rock climbing walls, flow riders, and even ice skating rinks.
On the other hand, Carnival ships are designed for fun and practicality.
When you think of Royal Caribbean, you think of the neighborhoods concept like Central Park, the boardwalk. These are large and expansive areas. Carnival recently introduced their version, which they refer to as zones. Despite the level of theming and some shows that go on, they don't feel like destinations for the ships, more like just renamed areas.
The layout tends to be straightforward, which makes it easier to navigate, even for first-time cruisers. Ships typically feature vibrant, sometimes whimsical designs and a strong emphasis on outdoor spaces like pools, water parks, and large open decks used for their signature parties. Carnival is known for its lively, more party-like atmosphere and colorful interiors. Now that we've covered the ship layout and design, let's head to the heart of every cruise: food and drinks. Next up is the food and drinks on board. Both lines serve up some delicious dishes, but there are definitely differences in style and offerings. With Carnival Cruise Line, dining is laid back and fun focused. They offer a mix of complimentary options including main dining rooms, Guy's Burger Joint, Blue Iguana Cantina, and pizza of course. The buffet is casual, and the specialty restaurants are priced affordably. Carnival is known for more quick service options to keep the fun going all day long. For instance, on their new Excel class ships, they offer 16 food venues that are free of charge.
Now, this is just personal preference, but we're gonna give flowers to Carnival when it comes to the pizza on board. It is actually hand-tossed dough, freshly baked. On Royal, it felt like it was pre-baked, par-baked dough. It just didn't stand up to the pizza that you can find on Carnival cruise ships.
Royal Caribbean focuses on variety and elegance. In addition to main dining rooms, Royal offers a wider selection of specialty restaurants, including Giovanni's Italian Kitchen, Chops Grill, 150 Central Park, Izumi Sushi and Hibachi, the Mason Jar, and Wonderland for experimental cuisine. All right, any good cruise ship is gonna have a buffet, so let's talk about them. Here on Royal Caribbean, you're gonna find the Windjammer buffet. I have to say, out of the two buffets between this and Carnival's buffet, this is the winner. Windjammer is amazing. There's so many options that cover such a wide spectrum of tastes and different culinary styles. You have American, you have a deli, you have Indian food, you have Asian food, you have a charcuterie, you have desserts. It has everything that you would ever want. And for the most part, the quality is pretty good, especially for a buffet.
Carnival is just not as large and doesn't have as many options. The Carnival buffets are located in close proximity to the pools, which does lead to a lot of wetness all around. That's something that you should keep in mind when dining at a Carnival buffet, especially on a port day. On Royal, the buffet is set back away from all the water and therefore feels less icky overall.
On top of that, there's tons of seating, and they make you wash your hands before you go into the buffet. Let's be a little clean, right? Is that so much to ask? But something that I love about Royal Caribbean is washy-washy.
Welcome on board! Washy-washy! Yummy, yummy, happy, happy!
So, in the wars of the buffets, I gotta give it to Royal Caribbean.
Now, when it comes to burgers at sea, there is absolutely no competition. None, zero, Carnival wins hands down. The best burger that I had on Royal was Tier 7 on Icon of the Seas, but when it comes to burgers at sea, Guy's is the winner, hands down.
As far as bars are concerned, both Royal Caribbean and Carnival really excel at the themed specialty cocktail bar, from places such as the Pesky Parrot, the Schooner Bar, Boleros, and the Rising Tides Bar here on Royal Caribbean.
And bars like Dr. Ink's, the Golden Mermaid. And of course, you can't forget about the Alchemy Bar here on Carnival. When it comes to drink packages, Carnival and Royal both offer drink packages for adults 21 and up. It's the same concept, everyone in the stateroom has to purchase it, but there are some key differences that are really important for those that haven't sailed either cruise line. With Carnival, it is not an unlimited drink package for alcoholic beverages. You are capped at 15 alcoholic drinks. Now, when it comes to coffee, when it comes to tea and other non-alcoholic beverages, you're fine. You can have as much as you like. But when it comes to alcohol, you are limited to 15 drinks. With Royal, it is an unlimited drink package, so the moderation's up to you, and of course, ultimately, the bartenders can cut you off at any point, but that applies to both cruise lines, whether you hit your 15 here on Carnival or not. One thing that we notice between Carnival and Royal is when you order a drink here on Carnival, you present your card, they'll take it, scan it, and then you have to actually sign the receipt every single time. Where on Royal, they'll jot down the number and that's it. You get your beverage and you move on. One thing we like about Carnival's version, despite the fact that you have to sign a ticket every single time, is that you can leave additional gratuity on drinks based off the service that you receive. Whereas Royal, it's a little harder to leave gratuity that's not cash.
Now that you've seen how your taste buds will be treated, let's move on to the next part of this experience, entertainment and production shows.
So cruise lines today compete to bring Broadway caliber entertainment to sea. When it comes to Carnival Cruise Line, Carnival focuses on fun, crowd-pleasing performances. Their Playlist Productions offers high-energy shows featuring pop hits and dance routines. They also feature comedy clubs, live music, and interactive performances. They also offer some fun and unique game shows like Deal or No Deal and Family Feud. When it comes to production and Broadway-style shows on Carnival, this is where there's a lot of room for improvement.
Y'all, when we sailed Royal, the theaters are large, and that tends to lead to bigger, larger spectacles at sea. Now, Carnival is still catching up from that perspective. They do have great areas like the Grand Central, and they do have a theater on board. They're just much smaller. They've got sightline issues. There's traffic flow issues in these areas as well. And because of their limited space, it does tend to lead to smaller productions. You get more lounge style singing, some acrobatics, but you're not getting huge IP driven shows, Broadway style shows at sea. Unlike Royal, there's no way to reserve your seat in advance. On Royal, once you're on the ship, you can actually reserve in advance and guarantee that you can have somewhere to sit. Now they still have a standby line on Royal for those that cancel or don't show up, but on Carnival, it's all standby. So if you don't get there early, you're not going to see the show. That applies to both shows here in the theater and center stage.
Royal Caribbean has Vegas level shows here on their ships, from the aqua theater shows to the ice skating shows to the main theater shows that even have things like drones and lasers here on board on a moving cruise ship. That's insane. Royal Caribbean really knows how to put on a giant spectacle that can't be missed. Royal goes for grand scale with its production shows. They offer full Broadway musicals like Grease and Mamma Mia on select ships. On Oasis and Icon class ships, there are aqua theater shows featuring acrobatics, diving, and synchronized swimming. They even have ice shows on ships with ice skating rinks. Overall, Royal Caribbean's entertainment is much more diverse and cutting edge. Let's talk about onboard activities. Now, Carnival and Royal Caribbean both do a great job of offering awesome activities for the entire family to enjoy, like plenty of pools, hot tubs, adults only areas, water slides, water features, putt-putt golf, and many, many other things. But there are a few things that set Royal Caribbean apart from Carnival and vice versa. For instance, here on Royal Caribbean, you have features like the Flow Rider Surf Simulator, where you can boogie board or stand-up surf on a simulated wave in the middle of the ocean. You can also go down the longest dry slide at sea, the Ultimate Abyss. They even have a zip line that takes you 9 decks above the boardwalk straight across. It's super thrilling. Brand new to Royal Caribbean is the Crown's Edge, and you can only find that on Icon of the Seas right now. That's an experience that lets you walk the plank over 16 decks above the ocean. It is crazy. I've done it. Check out our vlog, but you can only find that on Royal Caribbean. It's awesome. I know we're talking about onboard activities, but it wouldn't be a Royal Caribbean review if I didn't mention what's behind me. Coco Cay. Perfect Day at Coco Cay is Royal Caribbean's private island, and it is unlike any other private island that you're gonna find in the Bahamas right now. It is so well built out and so full of activities, you will not be hard pressed to find something that you and your whole family will enjoy.
The elephant in the room in these cruise wars between the two big juggernauts are their private islands. Coco Cay is built out, it's been around for a while, but Carnival Celebration Key will open in 2025 and is expected to set a new standard. And we can't wait to see what Carnival brings to the table with their private island to rival Coco Cay. Carnival has so much to offer, but I will say this, we're gonna have to give the flowers to Royal this time around. Despite the fact that Carnival invented putting water slides on cruise ships, I have to say that Royal, in my opinion, feels like they are dominating the sport right now. Nowadays, cruise ships pretty much have the same stuff, from water slides to mini golf, but one thing Royal does not have is Bolt Sea Coaster, the first roller coaster at sea. That's something that, hands down, Carnival knocked out of the park. It is one of the best experiences we've done. We'll put in some footage. It is so much fun. If you find yourself on an Excel class ship, do Bolt.
Let's see how Carnival and Royal Caribbean compare when it comes to nightlife and parties. Carnival Cruise Line is the king of deck parties. They invented them and they just do them right. Carnival ships tend to have a more party-focused atmosphere in the evenings. Their decks are designed for large-scale interactive parties. They just have the space to throw large parties. Carnival cruise directors do a great job of getting everyone involved, dancing and having a good time.
Go down and up. Down, up, down, up, down, up.
There's a high level of participation when it comes to Carnival's parties that we've just not seen with Royal.
The deck parties on Royal Caribbean are less interactive party and more sit and watch. People tend to arrive early, save seats, and sit and watch the entertainment rather than join in on the fun like they would on Carnival. So it's just a different energy.
The sail away parties are not to be missed and are a signature beginning of any Carnival cruise, often setting the tone for a fun-filled sailing.
tonight, the all-white mega deck party. All right, don't look at what I'm wearing, because that doesn't matter. I don't care if I have a black shirt on. Everyone else is wearing white and looks great. But yes, these deck parties are crazy and they get full. They're a lot of fun. It's just something that's unique to Carnival is just the party atmosphere that it brings even late at night on these deck parties. Okay, now that you've heard from us about Royal Caribbean and Carnival Cruise Line, it's time to crown a winner. And the winner is...
Time out. Chris, why do we always have to pick a winner? We had an opportunity to interview fellow cruisers and our friends on both Royal and Carnival Cruise on why they love to cruise so much. Let's hear from them.
Tony, we wanted to get your thoughts on just cruising in general. Why do you love to cruise?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Celebrity, that was a bit of a stretch, but that's very kind words. Thank you so much. I think the thing that I love about cruising is all of the things that I love are really contained in this one vacation type. I love, big production entertainment. I love food, I love casinos, and I love seeing new places. And the cool thing to me about cruising is you get all of those things. I get all of those itches scratched. Plus, it's usually pretty economical too, because like, if I'm gonna fly somewhere, that costs money. If I'm gonna go buy a show when I'm out and about, that's gonna cost me money. If I'm gonna go to a nice restaurant, that's gonna cost me money. But with cruising, I can kind of just pay all that up front and just come on and enjoy my vacation. So yeah, I think it's really the best of all worlds. You get to see the world and you get to do the things that you like to do, and it's usually pretty reasonably priced.
I think the reason why we got into cruising, I like the idea that you could visit a bunch of places in case you want to go back, but then you end up going to the same places. So that's actually not the real reason.
We just go to the same ports over and over and over again. Although I would like to explore, Alaska and all the different ports around the world.
Yeah.
I love all the entertainment and all of the delicious food. Like, you're never bored. There's something to do every single night. Like, we just watched an ice skating show that was so much fun.
Here's why I like cruising more than other vacations. It's because you kind of have to relax, and it is so relaxing. And you have no other option than to relax. Because if you went to a hotel in any city, there's so much planning you have to do. You have to figure out your transportation, and I don't know, like, there's so many things you can do. Whereas on a cruise, it's like you're kind of trapped, but it's in a good way. Where now I don't have to. It's like, yeah, I can't drive anywhere, so I'm kind of stuck here, which is great because then I can just relax. And then also, you have one hotel room and you can go to multiple cities.
Yeah, it's all in one place. It's not like you're traveling all over and having to take buses to monorails, and it's all self-contained.
Yeah, and then you can just relax if you want. That's the beauty of cruising. You can literally do whatever you want. Whatever you want to do, you could do it. It's your vacation, and we like to do a little bit of everything. So
yeah, you could just chill on the deck of the pool, or you could zip line over it.
Or sometimes the best thing is doing nothing and just sitting on the balcony, listening to the ocean and taking a nap. That's also great, doing nothing.
Favorite thing about cruising, or the best thing about cruising, is just the atmosphere. Everyone's so happy, everyone's so friendly. I kind of feel like everyone kind of forgets their back home problems.
The best part of cruising to me is just being able to visit the different destinations without actually having to fly into those different countries, because a lot of different places have different rules and things that people may not be aware of. So this is just a good opportunity to be able to hit multiple islands in a short, compact time span without having to spend that.
I do totally agree. I think it's amazing that you can just unpack your suitcase in one place, and yet you get to travel to so many destinations. I also think it's a really cost-effective way to travel.
That's true.
It's so cheap compared to getting a hotel room, getting a rental car.
Being able to see different islands at one time versus flying into one place specifically. Just the whole vibe, everything is great. I love it.
The food is mostly included. Now, we do really love to do specialty dining, and I think that's something that I really like about Royal Caribbean cruising. There's so many specialty restaurants, and you always have options of what you want to eat on board. So you can spend every single night going, what should I eat tonight? Should it be Mexican food? Should it be Asian food? Should it be Italian food? Should we go to the buffet and just eat like random crap, and it's amazing. And I just love that you have options on Royal Caribbean.
I am a Royal girl for like, no offense Carnival, but Royal definitely is taking the cake.
If I had to pick, I'm gonna pick Royal. Probably 10 out of 10, 20 out of 20.
Well, I've been cruising since I was 7 years old, and I've been cruising on a couple different cruise lines, but I've always cruised mostly on Carnival Cruise Lines. We have cruised for years, and we love the fact that it was for all ages. It was a safe place for everyone to hang out, from the junior cruisers, my adult cruisers, my celebrity parents, vow renewals, my graduation, my mother's graduation, my mom's graduation, and everything in between. And it's just been a consistent form of enjoyment in our life, entertainment, vacation, and it's just a lot of fun. So, no matter which cruise line, our cruise line obviously is the best. But it's about the love of enjoyment and celebrating life together.
It's from our home area of North Texas. You know, the Carnival sails out of Galveston. At least, 10 years ago, sailed out of Galveston more than any other cruise line. So, it was the cheapest to get into, most affordable, and seemed like more people we knew sailed Carnival, so we just kind of fell into line with that. Now, as far as why we stuck with Carnival, again, partial pricing, although we have sailed Royal Caribbean one time because it wound up being $800 cheaper in Alaska than Carnival. But, and we actually didn't even like Royal Caribbean that much. We thought they nickeled and dined you too much with the dining package and stuff like that. But we stuck with Carnival, we're really happy with it.
What did you think of Carnival?
I think it was really great. The staff is super nice, super helpful. Every single person, every single day is telling you good morning, good afternoon, I hope you have a great day. So that was a really cool experience.
It's so nice that it's individualized to everybody. You can do what you want to do or what you don't want to do while you're on the cruise, and it's just it's your plan. It's your trip. You get to do what you get, and it's a great way, like you said, to go around and see some different places and do it on your own terms.
It was fun. It was crazy. It was hectic. I experienced a lot of different things. There's a lot of stuff that's for free on the ship, which is super crazy, like a water park, a ropes course. Those were really fun things to do, especially when it's super hot outside. But yeah, it was really fun overall. It was just a lot to take in.
No, Carnival's been really good to us, and we like it. As far as cruising in general, though, the reason I think we would recommend cruising to people, especially newbies who would never cruise before, it's so accessible and stress-free. So we've done the Europe thing where we landed in Paris and then, took a train to 3 places in Germany and then Venice, and, Salzburg, and then Venice, and then Naples, and then Rome. And you have to plan out every step of the way. With the cruise ship, you leave your stuff packed or unpacked, and they take you to that different country, that different port every day. They take care of your dinner and even your lunch and your breakfast if you want to. And it's such a great entry point for newbie travelers.
Yeah, excellent answer. We couldn't agree more. And if you guys ever have a chance to cruise with Kendall, you got to do it. We've cruised with her
on the Jubilee. I'll be here forever.
On the Jubilee. We've cruised with her back on the Vista, and now she's on the Jubilee. She's climbing the ranks here at Carnival, fast becoming their best cruise director. I mean, easily she's the best, right?
I'll pay you for that later.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. See you guys later. Bye.
So, who's the winner? Well, it all depends on what kind of cruise experience you're looking for. Carnival might be your match if you're all about fun, affordability, and a sense of community.
But if you crave innovation, thrilling activities, and diverse entertainment, then Royal Caribbean is the way to go.
We all enjoy going on cruises, but discussions about different cruise lines online can sometimes get personal and ugly. There's enough space for everyone to have a good time at sea, and no place for hate or judgment based on the cruise line you prefer.
Next time you're looking for a cruise line that best fits your vibe, remember that it's okay to try new cruise lines. Not every cruise line will satisfy your vacation goals. Being loyal to one brand is perfectly fine, but we definitely encourage you to branch out and see what other cruise lines have to offer. There are plenty of fish in the sea, so you don't have to settle for just one.
So which one do you prefer? Let us know in the comments below. And help us get to 10,000 on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun travel videos. If you would like additional content, consider joining our YouTube memberships to get exclusive perks and help this channel continue to make content just like this.
Happy sailing, y'all!